Yu-Gi-Oh! 101 card review. Hit a review a card coming in the Secret of Evolution, November 15th. What we're looking at here is Infernoid Beelzebul, which is Beelzebub. It is a fire fiend effect monster, level 2, attack 0, defense 2000. Description: cannot be normal summon a set, must be special summoned from your hand by banishing one Infernoid monster from your hand or graveyard, while the combined level or rank of all effect monsters you control is 8 or less. Cannot be special summoned by other ways. Once per turn, you can target one face-up card your opponent controls, return it to the hand. Once per turn, during your opponent's turn, you contribute one monster and target one card in your opponent's graveyard, banish it. So, same thing with Lucifugus. This card is, well, unlike Lucifugus, which is level 3, this one is level 2, and it can only be special summoned by banishing, one Infernoid from your hand or the graveyard. And, it can't be special summoned by other ways, so you have to use that typical Infernoid method in order to get it on the field, and that's it. So, yeah, man, it bounces one card on the field to the hand. Like, this deck is going to be very trollish for the user and for the the opponent. Because, like, you think it's not going to do nothing with its difficult summoning requirements, but at the same time, the monsters, they have low levels and they have effects that can be very, very disturbing to use. I mean, like, they have effects that are very simple to use that can be troublesome for your opponent at the same time. And the fact that you get to banish cards from your opponent's graveyard at a moment's notice, like, that can be very trollish in itself. And every Infernoid monster that I've seen up until this point has that ability. And that's funny to me. So your opponent may activate something like call it a haunted, or if they bring Monster Reborn back for whatever reason, and they use something like that, or they use cards like Symbols of Duty or whatever, and target a monster in the graveyard, and you have a monster to spare, you can banish that monster. That they just targeted with said card, and it's just funny to see that. Like, it's just funny. Like, really, like, the thought of that happening is like so fucking trollish, man. Like, that shit is crazy, and they have to call in the the thing about cards like Symbols of Duty, Monster Reborn. Even though Monster Reborn is banished, if they decide to bring it back one day, whatever the case may be, I'm still talking about it. But if they under the circumstances that they bring back a card like Monster Reborn, cards like that can target a monster in the graveyard, and such as Symbols of Duty, and call it a haunted as well, you have to, the user of those cards has to target a monster in the graveyard first. They have to announce what card they're targeting, and if something happens to it, then that card is just on the field. So for all the new people out there that didn't really get that, hey, they can learn something new. But yeah, man, this card is difficult to get on the field, but it is trollish like nobody's business. So, I mean, tour bus from the underworld. Tour bus to the Forbidden Realms can search for it. That's pretty much it. So, link to this card is going to be in the description. You guys can check it out, and I'll see you for the next card review. Peace.